The mimer of Purim Katan, the last mimer that the Lubavitcher Rabbi said. Actually, he handed out this mimer. And we're learning about Mordechai, what Mordechai did and what Moshe did. How they fed the Jewish faith, they nurtured Jewish faith, so the Jewish faith was more and more part of the people's lives. What does it mean to nurture? What happens when you nurture? If you have food sitting in front of you, and you know that it's your food, so that calms you down a little bit. You're better. You go to a restaurant, you're really hungry, you have the food sitting in front of you, but it doesn't nourish you. Let's say you take the food and you chew it up, you spit it out. It also doesn't nourish you. Maybe a little bit. What nourishes you? What you swallow. And when you swallow it, in order to swallow it, you have to chew it up first. Be tasty too, so you want to eat more, and then you take it inside, and it nourishes you. It becomes part of your being. Same thing as with faith in Hashem. Faith in Hashem is something that every Jew has, and sometimes you can even go to a yeshiva. You can see it sitting right in front of you. You can learn the books about it. You can learn Hasidut, and it's right there. It's like a big meal in front of you, and that calms you down a little bit. But it's not inside of you. It has to be inside. In order for it to be inside, that's what you have to have Moshe Rabbeinu. You have to have a person like Moses in order to do that. There's other Jews that it's even more. That already it's inside of them. It's already in there. It's in their mouths and this, but they didn't chew it up well. Or it's in their stomachs even. Jews, the religious Jews, they do it. It's part of, but it's not really digested. The faith is not really part of their day-to-day life, or eventually not their whole entire life. That they realize that God is not just a part of them, they're a part of God. Your whole body, your whole being is a part of Hashem. All you want to do is what Hashem wants. You get excited about Hashem. Like more excited than you get about money and about other things. You get excited about money, but not to the point you're going to go against Hashem. You're going to get angry, you're going to get So that's what it means that Moshe Rabbeinu, he feeds the faith. And Mordechai did it even more. He brought faith to the point where Jews were willing to actually give their lives. But also there's another thing that brings out this essence of the faith, and that is when a Jew is crushed. How is he crushed? Like, for instance, in the time of the Alter Rebbe, at the time of the time of Mordechai, the Jews were crushed. There was a terrible decree on all the Jews all the Jews were going to be destroyed. And the Jews, all they had to do was say, "We're not Jewish," and they wouldn't be. The Jews stood under this pressure for one full year because Mordechai inspired them. So that's another type of being crushed. It's another type of a way to reveal the essence of your soul. Moshe Rabbeinu reveals it, and the exile reveals it. Says the Rebbe that really it's the same thing. Moshe Rabbeinu, or there has to be a Moshe Rabbeinu in every generation. He teaches the Jewish people how to express the essence of their soul, even in the worst situations. But the worst situations, that's what brings it out. God forbid, we shouldn't have such bad situations, but that's what brings it up. So when there is exile, when there is oppression, and when the Jews are under terrible, the Jews in the concentration camps, the Jews in Russia, where they were sent to whatever, the Russian concentration camps by Stalin, the Jews that were there, that nevertheless did Torah and mitzvahs against all odds with absolutely no reason. They just did it because they loved Hashem, they're Jews. That means the essence of their oil comes out. This is the Jewish soul. Good. Then there's another thing about being crushed together with Moshe. So Moses brings out the true essence of a Jew, and the exile brings out the true essence of a Jew. What type of exile? Like in the time of Stalin, the time of Haman, and Hitler. Times when it was difficult for the Jews. And the Jews were evicted from different lands, and they suffered. Chmielnicki, these terrible people that they murdered and killed. Then the Jewish soul came out. Terrible, but that's the fact. Because the Jews, if they're left to go like the missionaries never had any success. In Judaism, almost no success whatsoever. Until the Jews started getting ignorant, until there was no Jewish education. And then the missionaries didn't come in with burning crosses and with forcing people, tying them to stakes. They were nice, they said, "Come to us," they give people food, they give you friendship, they give this. All of a sudden we find Jews are, God forbid, they're converting. They're leaving Judaism. They didn't know what Judaism is. They know that they're Jews. The missionaries know even more that these guys are Jews. And they want them, especially Jews, to get a Jew is a special thing. You think the Jews would think, what's that? It's so special being a Jew. Maybe I should find out what a Jew is. And they say, yes, we're telling what a Jew is. A Jew is to do what we do. That's it. But people are confused. But nevertheless, in those times, for a person to say, no, I'm leaving. I want to be a Jew. I'm going to give my life. It's very, very difficult. Right? It's very difficult because now everything is easy. There's no pressure. You don't feel any pressure. Says the Rebbe, yes you do. I'm going to show you what the pressure is. Listen to this. Oh, another Indian topic. The katit l'ma'or in being crushed for the essence. The ma'or, the illuminator. Shegam, the even. Kishi Yisrael, when the Jews, Nimtza'im, are found, or they are, b'matzav, in a condition, shell of harchava, of success. Harchava means wideness. Plenty. Harchava, plenty. Begashmi is physically. Begam, and also harchava, plenty. Beruchni is spiritually. Ella, but if so, everything is okay. Well, what do we have to be squeezed for? We're doing through. We're sitting in yeshiva. We have our friends. We have our families. We have Hashem. I have money and house. Everything's good. That's it. Ella, but shehem, they are, the Jews are nimtzaim. They are found. Begulas, that they are found in exile. What does it mean that they're found in exile? You'll see. That even one Jew does not know about Judaism, it's a sign that something's wrong with the whole picture. Ba'al derech, and like the matzah of a situation, a condition, shahaya, that was, la'acharei, after, hanez, the miracle, the Purim of Purim, that what was after the miracle of Purim, shedat,
first one was
al derech, like. Al derech, like hamatzah, the situation. Shahaya, that was. La'achrei, after. Hanez, the miracle of Purim. Shela Yehudim, that to the Jews. Hayata, was. Or light. Simcha, joy. Sason, how do you say? Sason means happiness. VeAtah, and glory. Pasuk in the Torah. We say it also in every Motzi Shabbos, right? Motzi Shabbos, in Abdullah. HaYehudim, Hoyesa Orvus, and Chosason. VeAtah, say it. VeAtah means glory, or...
Is and glory, or is it word by itself?
And, no, and Yakar.
We had it in Basel again, Glory Lakot.
That's right, that's right. Go ahead. Pashtu, simply, the Jews, back then, at the time of, after the miracle of Purim, the Jews had happiness, joy, light, glory, Pashtus in a simple way. In other words, the non-Jews said, oh, here's a Jew, right? Before they would say, here's a Jew, come over here, pick this thing up, my hair fell down. Pick it up, Jew. Right? Before that, the Jews they were all bowing down to Haman. Bowing down to Haman. The Jews were afraid. Right? The Jews were afraid. It was a thing that it was a good thing to make friends with the Jews. The Jews would all change their religion. They were all invited to the meal of Achashverosh. But a Jew was like a second-class citizen. They were the minority. They were a minority. And suddenly what happened is the Jews became the kings. Everyone saw this tremendous miracle that was done for the Jews. They realized that the Jews all this time had been keeping quiet. They really had this amazing secret weapon, which is called Hashem, which is called God. And that God helps the Jews. He took them out of Egypt, does these amazing things. God is still with the Jews. Everybody saw. But the Jews are... a Jew is never alone. Every Jew is connected to the creator of the universe. Even one Jew. All of a sudden there's that one Jew. There it is. It's a representative of the creator who's creating me. Right? All the non-Jews. We're excited. There's a Jew. I take out their kids. Come, I want you to see something. What is it? It's a new Ferrari. What is it? It's a Jew. Wow, I didn't believe it. A Jew. This is greater than anything. But the Jews had accepted that. The Jews were happy. The non-Jews were happy. Everyone was happy. In that time, that's when it says that the Jews accepted the Torah. What does it mean they accepted the Torah? Not because it was so good. Because, why? The Jews, it was good for them, but Pasha simply, but God Baruch is also spiritually. The non-Jews weren't making the Jews suffer anymore. The non-Jews would say, hey, excuse me, sir, your hat fell, let me pick it up for you, let me help you. It's happened to me, I was a couple times. Once I remember I was in New York, and somebody came to me and said, you're Jewish, right? And I said, yes. He said, you are the chosen people. You are the chosen people.
Right? You're like, yes, I am.
Right? Thank you very much, and God bless you. I said, oh, thank you.
Yes, you do get the copy.
Sure. A couple times, that was a white guy. A couple times the black people sometimes are more, how do you say, down to earth.
Yeah,
right? They haven't got so many, how do you say, hang-ups and neuroses and things like that. They're a lot more straighter.
Simple.
A lot straighter.
They're usually the ones who are nice.
Huh?
They're usually the ones who are nice.
Yeah, everybody's nice. If you're nice to them, you're not nice. But anyway, this is what I said. They come up to you are from the people of the Lord, right? You are the chosen people. Thank you. Remember, we had Lulav and Esrog especially. They did it in the street. I go to the streets of Manhattan. People say, did you tell me what that is, sir? I said, yes, it's a thing from the Jewish people. Thank you very much. You are the chosen people. You are God's chosen. Right? These people, all they know is what's told by them in the church. They don't really, they don't really understand. But they know the Jews are chosen. What can you do?
Yesterday, so some guy, white guy, whatever, came, and he asked me, he walked in, and I said, are you Jewish? Like, no. He's a Rabbi from Australia, I think. And he asked me what's the war, whatever. I told him it was part of the community, whatever. Finally, I spoke to him for a couple minutes. Then, later on, that was the middle of the day, a couple of hours later, I was on the way to the bus. I get tapped on the shoulder, I look around this guy, like, he was his wife. Thank you so much, you were so kind, you stopped, you're so nice. It's on his wife, like, you're chosen people, you're unbelievable Jewish people, I love Jewish people, whatever. Yeah.
Good. Very nice. There was once a bunch of missionaries that came where I put the film on and on Friday. So they came up and I said, you people are doing a very bad thing. So, you realize that, first of all, you're doing a bad thing to the Jews. And if you ever get a Jew to leave Judaism, you're going to burn in hell.
So you said that?
Yeah. See, they're very afraid of that. Hasidim, if you tell them that you're going to burn in hell, they say, that's a question. I'm going, let's go. All my friends are there. I said, you're going to burn in hell. I said, and not only that, you're doing a bad thing for yourself. You're supposed to worship the God who's creating you, not his son. I said, every Jew is a son of God. I'm the son of God. You can't worship me. You can't worship Moses. So he said, no. The leader said, no, we love the Jews. We love the Jews, not so. So I said, yeah, I love fish also. That's why I eat them. So that's what you want to do. You want to devour them, the Jews. Oh, he didn't know what to say. But this guy, I'm sure he didn't mean that. If he said it like that, I'm sure he didn't.
He's very nice.
Right. Listen, it pays to be, it really pays to be nice. What are you going to do? It pays to be nice. It makes people smile, even if they don't give you anything. It makes a person happy, and it's good for you also. But you don't walk around thinking, I should have told him this. This is what I should have said to him.
Yeah.
Let's go. That's why it doesn't pay to argue with these missionaries and people like that. You just have to tell them, very simply, that listen, you have to believe in the God who's creating you. No, you just believe in the God who's creating you. It's not necessary to believe in anything else. You have to understand the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. They were there a long time before your guy came on the scene. What they believed in is the same thing I believe in. The God who's creating everyone. He's creating you from pure love. He'll answer all of your prayers. He takes care of all of your needs. You don't need anything more than that.
And that really works.
For sure, it doesn't. It doesn't get into you. It doesn't get offensive. You're nice to them. You're telling them the truth. You're doing them a favor. It's not an argument. You're giving them, just presenting them with something. Accept it or don't accept it. Yes.
I remember some time ago you gave a few advices to deal with missionaries in the morning. I think the best one of all of them is you don't say anything. All you say is you're going to burn in hell. You're burning a fire pit. That's all you say. You just keep. They get scared.
When does that work? Yeah, that works if you see that they don't. They're just like hypnotized. They just keep repeating the same thing because they don't care what you say. They don't care with the arguments. They're not solutions. They just want looking in your eyes to see if they had an effect on you. Right? So a person like that, just say, listen, you have to preface it. I have stories, but now it's not time to tell them. You have to preface it. Listen, if you ever convince one Jew to leave his religion, then you're going to burn in hell. What can I do? I remember I said I went to a person, we were sitting and talking. I sat down at the table, I said, can I sit down? Yes. And he started with this thing, and I said, I stood up, I said, excuse me, I have to wash my hands because I'm eating bread, but you should know that, if you ever convince one Jew to leave Judaism, you're going to burn in hell. He was getting one. I said, what? What? I said, yeah, that's it, burn in hell. Eternal perdition, that's it.
Fire pit.
I said, it's not too late. You can stop. You're worshiping a false God. What can I tell you? It's not really real. I know it's popular. I know it feels good. I know it is, but it's wrong.
Wow.
And the majority of the world agrees with me that you're wrong. That how many Christians are there? There's 2 billion or something. So there's 6 billion people in the world. So all the rest of them agree. Let's go.
But isn't it a law also in Israel? I don't get it. I find it's legal in Israel.
Nah, it's bad news in Israel. We'll talk about it. In Israel, there's what we call the golden rule. You ever heard of the golden rule? If you have gold, whoever has the gold rules.
Yeah.
Can we get a missionary story?
Somebody said, what's the golden rule? Is do unto others.
But I see
Or do unto others as you would have them do unto you, sometimes.
I've seen people who are like J4Cs and stuff who try to make out they are getting kicked out of the campus. So they do something.
I don't know. It could be. Let's go. I don't know.
Can we get a missionary story real quick?
A
story about...
missionary. That was it. I just told you. Let's go. Missionary story. There was a bunch of missionaries once that came up to me. I was in New York. I told you this story, I think.
No, this is...
It was with my son. I took him for his bar mitzvah. And they came up to me and they said, excuse me, are you a rabbi? I said, yeah, I'm a rabbi. They said, do you know the Bible? The
Fair question.
Bible? I said, yes. I thought, oh, here it is. This is it. The prophecies are being fulfilled. All the non-Jews are coming to the Jews and asking them about true religion. There's 3 of them. So I said, yes, do you have any questions? They said, yes. Well, that's what it says in Isaiah 57:43. That's what it says over in, Ezekiel, this, and Daniel, and this, and they were looking at each other very satisfied. So I said, can I ask you a question? They said, yes. I said, do you people know the Bible? I said, of course we know the Bible. So I said,
the first one.
No, I said, I'm sorry. I said, can I ask you a question? Yes. They said, yes, you can ask a question. So I said, do you think that God is spiritual? So they looked at each other and they said, what? I said, do you think that God is spiritual? So they said, of course God is spiritual. Of course God is spiritual. I said, well, I'm very surprised. I said, I'm very surprised at you. Do you know the Bible? He said, we know the whole Bible. Yes, we do. They looked at each other. Yes, we do. So I said, well, the first sentence in the Bible you don't even know. So of course, what is the first sentence? I said, well, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. I said, there you go. He said, what do you mean? So I said, the heavens mean all the spiritual worlds. And the earth means the physical world. I said, God creates the heavens and the earth. In other words, God is not spiritual. God creates the spiritual. He said, or in simple language that even you can understand, my God creates your God. They just looked at me and they left. They didn't say one more. Let's go.
You have your own TV show.
Yeah.
Just gotta pitch the.
I'm doing
There's a saying that I heard this from Shakespeare. I'm no expert in Shakespeare. He said, "A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still." In other words, if you knock some guy down, you convince him, he didn't really change his mind. He just thought, okay, I won't mess with this guy. That guy was nuts,
He lost the fight.
Let's go. Simply, the Jews had happiness and joy and glory simply. Right? They had riches and how the non-Jews treated them. The Gambarut, and also spiritually, they were free to learn Torah, they were very holy people. VeAtah is even more than this. And even more than this. Shagam, that also, there's a pasuk in the Megillah. Shagam, that also. Beit Haman, also the house of Haman, Niten Esther, was given to Esther. In other words, all of the power and all of the properties and the glory of Haman. Haman was second to the king. Nitan, Esther, was given to Esther. Shahaya, that there was, as then, Gam, also, Hamala, the quality. Mala means a quality, how do you say, the highness. The Eshapcha of transformation. It wasn't just that the enemies were knocked down. The enemies all of a sudden became our best friends. All of the power of Haman came into our hands. Right? It's like if the Iranians all come to make a war against us, and all of a sudden the Rebbe appears and says to them in Iranian, right, everyone, okay everyone, you realize that the true God is not found in the Quran, and the true God is not found anywhere in any of your leaders, that your leaders hate you, they all want you to die, I want you to live, everyone say after me, Shema Yisrael, Shema Yisrael, that's it, put down your weapons, now come to Israel, we got a meal ready for you. So everybody says, yes, we'll do anything you want, anything. We have doctors, we have lawyers, we have scientists, we have help, anything you want, we'll do. Just so we can help the Jews. But anything you want.
We have our own lawyer.
God will say, and the Rebbe will say, right? The Rebbe, Shmuel HaMashiach will say, what I want you to do is everybody has to express their uniqueness, their individuality. We have universities for you, we're going to teach you how to be who you really are, to be successful, to be happy, to contribute to the world, to build the world. That's what we really want. All the things that your leaders promised you and your leaders promised you, that's what's going to be here on earth. Right, for all you people. Just, be good people. That's what Mashiach wants. He says that's what it was in the time of Purim. That all of the non-Jews, all of the people of Shushan, that was the whole world. The whole world. All of the non-Jews, they said, wow, this is great. The Jews are fantastic. All they want, they're there for our good. Right? They're there for us. They'll show us the way to go to the world to come, this world.
What was the last word that you said?
Then is hapcha, transformation. If so, everything was transformed. It wasn't just knocked down. It was totally transformed. Ella, but what's wrong? What's wrong with a situation like that? The way that was in the time of the miracle of Purim. After the miracle of Purim, the Jews had everything. But what? Akati.
No.
Now, or still.
Oh, so that's Sha'akati?
Ella, but.
That's still.
Shit, that.
Akati now?
Akati, right now. It's Aramaic. Ella, but. Ella, but. Shit, that. Akati, you have it? This. One second, over there. That's not what you wrote, transformation. This word is transformation, you wrote that?
Instead of Akshav, it says Akati.
Akshav, right? Akati, that now, still, Avdei, the servants, Achashverosh, of Achashverosh, Anan we are. It says in the Gemara that the question, why don't we say Hallel?
We are.
Prayer, we are. Anan, we are. On Purim, we don't say Hallel. Right? On Chanukah, we say Hallel every day. See the full Hallel. And on all the holidays, we say Hallel, except for Rosh Hashanah and Kippur and stuff, is the judgment day. But we say Hallel on all the happy times. Rosh Chodesh, we say Hallel. Why? But on Purim, we don't say Hallel. Why? It's happy times. We're supposed to be happy on Purim. This is because what are we celebrating on Purim? That we got out of the rulership of Achashverosh. And the Akati, now we're still servants of Achashverosh. What do you mean we're still servants of Achashverosh? We worry about what Russia says, we worry about what America says, we worry about what Obama says, we worry about what France says, what about the Arabs say, we worry about this. Right? We're small.
No.
The Jews made themselves small in the world, huh?
No.
Now.
Why back then everything was so nice, so dandy, how come shit didn't come?
So it's even back then, right, when everything was still good, it wasn't totally good. It wasn't totally good. The Jews, it's true that everything was transformed. Yes, it was transformed. And a lot of the non-Jews wanted to convert. But most of the non-Jews, they were just waiting. Right? They were just waiting. It's like, the thieves when the police come in to a room. So they catch them and the shoes are really nice. And they'll even squeal on each other. And they turn in the whole crowd and everything like that. But really the fact of the matter is they never changed. They're just the same egotists. They just realized that the best investment is to be nice guys. Right? That's the way it was back then. They weren't really transformed. There was a certain degree of transformation that happened to the non-Jews back in the time of Purim. Right? It was a certain degree, but still it wasn't. And the main thing was it wasn't by the Jews either. Even though the Jews stood in tremendous Mesiras Nefesh when there was the pressure, but as soon as the pressure was left off, so then the Jews also started leaving off. Taking off. The Rebbe is going to say that soon. We're going to see.
That's
The Rebbe is going to say that we see that there are great Hasidim that were in Russia, that they gave their lives to go and teach children to do everything. They were going to go for life and death. They didn't care. They would walk days in the snow in order just to teach a child Torah, and they would do all these things. But as soon as they got out of Russia, and they were in a place where there was no pressure, so also they let up a little bit. They didn't. It's like the same thing with the Jews, with the missionaries. When the missionaries say, change your religion, we'll burn you, it says, I will burn. Right? And they said, no, you don't have to change anything. We'll just be our friend. We'll be your friend. So, okay, what do you want me to do? Anything. I'll be your friend, sure. Just don't stop being my friend.
But also Israel.
Sure.
They're more relaxed. They would start.
Israel's the whole country is just a big, big flattery, right? Big flattery. They always say the Jews the religious Jews are a bunch of parasites. And the whole country of Israel is a big parasite. We tell you, we depend on $10 billion from America, and then whatever what Russia's going to say, we're just hell that. Let's go. What the United Nations will say, ooh, that's the most scary thing. They say United Nations. America says United Nations. We don't care about the nations because we have our faith in Obama. And he's going to, right? What about God? Shh. Don't say that. Obama won't like us. Faith in him. He's alone. That's the whole country. It's just a big, it's just a big beggar standing on the corner, Let's go. Says Ella Bacha even now we're the slaves of Achashverosh. What? The Jewish people themselves are not free. How does it say you can take the Jews out of Egypt, but you can't take the Egypt out of the Jews? The Jew has to do that himself. And so therefore, when we see that we're still in Gullus, we're in exile, even though we Baruch Hashem are sitting here in Kfar Chapat, and we are learning Torah, we're learning Hasidut, and everything is okay, and Hashem is going to give good shidduchim, and everything, the family is going to be well, but still you're broken. Why are you broken? Haim shaburim, they are broken, v'nitkaim, and crushed, katit, mizeh, from the fact, shehem, that they are begalus, in exile. Al yadeh, by means of hakatit, this crushing of the Jews crush themselves. The Israel of the Jews, mizeh, from the fact, shenintza'in, that they are found, begalut, in exile, megi'in, they reach, lehameor, to the essence of the soul, the illuminator, and to the essence of God. Now the Rebbe is going to explain. These are very nice words. What do you mean to be crushed? What are you supposed to be crushed about? He says, yes, I am really crushed. You ever been to a play? You ever see an actual play? Television, everybody watches television. Watch television. I hope you don't watch anymore. Television, watch an act. Right? Actors. People who are really good actors, you really believe that you're watching a real thing. You're watching a person, he's really crying, he's really suffering, he's really angry, he's thinking, you look at the person, it's like you're looking into somebody's life. This guy could care less. What does he care? He's playing the part of King Henry VIII or something. Some guy who died, 400 years ago, however died. And he could care less about what King Henry did. But he knows the part. He knows these emotions. So he fakes the emotions. Right? The same thing you can fake. You can fake everything. You can fake that you're really religious. You can fake you're really praying. And sometimes it's a good way to fake. It's better to fake doing something good than to be genuine doing something bad. right? It's better to fake loving your children and loving your wife and loving every person, right? Even though you're faking it, you don't really mean it. But you say, I love you, and you're right?
I don't really hate it.
Of course, that's not, even though you really hate them, can't stand them, right? Well, why do you can't stand them? Because you're an egotist, you're an egomaniac, and you love only yourself, and if things don't go exactly the way you want, so you hate everybody. So, but that's genuine, you really hate everybody, right? No one's giving me the honor I deserve, and this guy doesn't give me, doesn't look at me right, he doesn't say good morning to me the way I think I should, I deserve more than this, and I deserve everything, the whole world belongs to me. I'm the center, so you hate everybody, and you're angry, and you have all these revenges that you want to take, and you get depressed, and you do it genuinely. It's genuine, right? So it's better to fake loving people, and being happy, and being calm, and forgetting about being angry, and right, forgiving people. It's better to fake that than to be genuine, but still, in the end, you're faking. It's not a good thing. The Rabbi here is trying to teach you how to be genuine. How can you be genuine? You have to do it yourself. Nobody. By reading the Maimer, it teaches you how to fake. The Maimer teaches you how to fake. How do you do it? You have to learn yourself. You have to do it yourself. You have to take advice from people. You have to look for bring-ins. You have to pray to Hashem for help. To be genuine. But nevertheless, what is the goal we have here? The Rebbe says that we should be crushed because of the exile. What happens when you're crushed? Have you ever been crushed by anything? This person's been crushed by something. What does it mean to be crushed? What happens when you're crushed? Right? Let's say a person, for instance, you lose a tremendous amount of business. Or you get fired from every job. So some people say, well, that's it, I can't take it. Goes off for a building, just jumps off. I feel everything. Another person could say, hey, I'm messing everything up. I must be doing something wrong. What am I doing wrong? I have to figure this out. All of a sudden it crushes him. The experiences that he had, I have to figure out what's wrong. I'm going to go to class, I'm going to go to courses, I'm going to take advice, I'm doing something wrong. I have to figure out what it is. Right? I have to fix myself up somehow. Right? It can't be that everyone in the world is wrong except for me. I'm the only one that's right. Right? And it can't be that I'm totally bad, everybody else is right, and I'm totally wrong. There has to be some way, there has to be some good in me. I have to figure out what it is. The person is crushed. He's going crazy. Right? How can I find out what's good? So he takes a class, he takes a course, he takes reads a book, takes advice from somebody, does something, right? Just to find out that he's crushed. The person is crushed. Another way is if something bad is happening. You see some guy. God forbid sometimes that happens. A person's family, somebody's sick. The person says, "I'll do anything to save his life. I'm going around collecting money. I got the best doctors." The person is crushed. Says a person when he's really crushed, he's really like desperate. Right? Is either one, he can do crazy things, or he can find out, listen, what's the way out of this? How can what's the solution? What's the solution? A person who's crushed tries to find the solution. And even if he fails, he still is trying and trying and trying. He doesn't give up. Doesn't give up. Or sometimes he does give up. Sometimes he does give up. He says, it's just too much for me, I can't take it. Says the Rebbe, it's never too much for you, and you can certainly take it, and Hashem is helping you, and the Rebbe is helping you. And Chassidus is helping you, and that's why you were created. Avram is helping you, and Yitzchak is helping you, and Yaakov, and all the tzaddikim for all the generations. They're all helping you. But what? You have to do it yourself. They're helping you, but you have to do it yourself. What do you have to do? What's the job? You have to be crushed. You have to feel that you're crushed because of the exile. And by means of that, you reach the essence of who you really are. You reach who you really are. Right? A Jew, you can be, oh, this guy, he made it. He's a big movie producer. That's who he really is. That's who he is. He's a movie producer. That's who the person really is. That's one of the things he does. What is it he really is? He really is a Jew. That's what he is. Right? To be a movie producer, you can change your... Right? All of a sudden, people don't like movies anymore. People don't like movies. No, people don't enjoy movies. They have a new thing now where they put electrodes into your head and you experience the thoughts of somebody else. Can you do that? With Steven Spielberg. You can do it? I can't do it, but I can make good movies. Nobody goes to movies. Yeah, I saw nobody goes to movies. What are you going to do now? I'll learn how to do the electrode thing or something. The market is already filled. What are you going to do? I'll find something else to do. Maybe there'll be an artist, there'll be a painter, there'll be a nice guy, who knows what. To be a Jew, that's who you are. That's who you are. That's your essence. To reveal your essence. Being a doctor, being a lawyer, those are things that you do. It's very nice. It could be that that's also close to your essence. It could be that that's your uniqueness in life. Could be. Says the Rebbe, though, what you are, that's what you have to bring out. What brings it out? The acts of being crushed. What crushes you, we'll see. The topic's like this. She Yisrael, that the Jews, Haim are, Shvurim, broken. Mizeh, from this. Shehem, that they are, Begalus, in exile. Gam, even. Kisheyesh, when there is. Lahem, to them. Too fast?
Gam,
Gam, even. Right, that, the fact that the Jews are broken from exile, from being in exile. Gam, even. Kisheyesh, when there is. Lahem, to them. Harchava, success. How do you say plenty? Bagash news, physically, materially, and spiritually. But nevertheless, they are broken from the exile. Why? Who it is? Ki, because. Ratzono, the desire. The desire.
His will.
The desire. Ha'amiti, of the true desire. Shall of. Call Yisrael, call Echad, each one, Yisrael, the Jews, who is Shiyeh, that there should be Gilui, revealed, Elokus, godliness. That there should be revealed godliness. Until Shazeh, that this, that what? Gilui Elokus, that God should be revealed. Nogea, touches. La'etzem, to the essence, mitziuso, of his being.
Notzea?
Huh?
Nogea?
Nogea, touches. Touches. La'etzem, to the essence, mitziuso, of his being. Right, what's going to happen? When God is revealed everywhere, what happens? There's nobody is sick. Nobody is miserable. Nobody is hungry. There's no famine in the world. There's plenty. Right? There's no ignorance. That's what it means when godliness is revealed to the world. That's just the results. But what's the cause? The cause is a person feels alive. He feels happy every second that he's alive. Every second is a miracle. God is creating every second brand new. Every person is a miracle. Every person God is creating brand new. Every essence, every instant of your life, every person that you meet, everything that you do, every experience that you have, everything is miraculous. Right? And the most miraculous thing are all of your talents, your abilities, your sensitivities that can do things to build the world. Everything's a miracle. When God is revealed, those are the results. Right? But what is the essence of the thing of God revealed? If you feel alive. If you're happy to be alive, just to be here. You're happy to meet people, to do things. Anything is amazing. You just feel that the whole world is just this amazingly good place, and it becomes a good place. It says, but as long as you see that the world is not like that, then you feel terrible. Why? Because the essence of every Jew, what a Jew really wants, is to see the world in a perfect state. In other words, Mashiach, that Mashiach should come. That's the essence of what every Jew really wants. There shouldn't be any more suffering in the world. There shouldn't be any more suffering. There should be only happiness and goodness. That's what every Jew wants. And Hashem is so miraculous. He creates all these snowflakes and all these bugs, and each one is a little bit different than the other one. A little bit different. People are even more so. Every person that somebody says, that's so many people, too many people, right? All the Chinese are the same, all the blacks are the same, all the Jews are the same, all this is the same. That's what it looks like from the outside because we're not God. But if you look at it from God's point, you see everybody's totally different than everybody else. Everyone is unique. Still everybody has a nose and two eyes. And some people have this color skin, this shape of face, this, right? There's certain groups and races and things like that there are in general. But if you look closely, you can see that everybody is different and everybody's personality is different. Everybody has something different. Amazing. Says that what? As long as you don't see this, you don't feel it. Right, and there can't be any rest, that you can't have any rest. He feels crushed. Lochen, therefore, zeh, this. Shibazaman, this is the fact. Shebizaman, that in the time. Shebizaman, Shebizaman, that in the time. Hagalos of exile. And there does not Meir shine. Gilu Elokus, revealed godliness. And in some ways, the deepest exile is here in Israel now. Kamo, there doesn't shine godliness. Kamo, like Shahaya, it was. Bizaman in the time. Habayas of the Bizaman. Right? The fact that you sit in Israel and you can see who is the head of Israel. A guy doesn't even keep Shabbos. Who is the chief justices, the court that makes all the decisions in Israel, right? Some of them aren't even Jews. They don't even, like, these people don't believe in God. They don't believe in anything, the Torah. They don't believe in any law. No. I think one of them was an Arab. Could be. The Arabs probably more just than a lot of the Jews are. I mean, these people are deciding what to be done. In Israel, it's the biggest exile you can possibly have. Right? The biggest exile. In America is no, it's okay. You know, see, in Israel, this is it. Overfraud, and especially. So, what are you supposed to feel bad? Not that you hate the government, you hate the Zionists, you hate this. You're supposed to feel bad that this is. You have to do something to change it. What are you going to change? Right? I'm going to be the leader. It'll be the same thing. The enemy is egotism. That's the enemy. The enemy is not this type of government or this person or this guy. Right? You can do whatever you want to. Egotism is going to be egotism. You want to put yourself on the top, so you'll be the egotist. It'll even be worse. Right? Now instead of having non-religious people doing stupid things, you have a religious person doing stupid things. That's even worse. That's it. Ubafrad, and especially Kishem Mizbonen, when you think about this, what that the real enemy, who's the big problem? Who's the cause of all this? Is me. The person has to say, I'm the cause of it. Like Ubafrad, and especially Kishem Mizbonen, when he contemplates in what? Sha'omor Razal, that the rabbis say. Quote, what do the rabbis say? The rabbis say like this: call me, anyone, any person, Shalo Nivneh, that was not built, Beit HaMikdash, the third temple, let's talk about the third temple, Biz Biyomov, in his days. In other words, if in today, the Mashiach is not here, and the temple is not here, Harizeh, behold this, Ki'ilu is like Shenecharav, it was destroyed Biyamav in his days.
Which word is Rabbi, has there not been any good religious leaders at all since Israel was created, or they all been non-religious?
All of them have been losers. No, there have been a couple that have been religious a little bit. There was Menachem Begin, and he gave away more land than anybody else. All the problems that we're in now, he started. He was a genuine religious person, and he kept Shabbos, and he ate kosher, and he put on tefillin every day. And he was a
very big writing also.
What?
He was a very big writing, no?
Oh yeah, he put kahana and kahana. He put them in a small pocket. Kahana's thing is kach, like kach. Begin's thing used to be rak kach, only like this. It was a hand like this with a gun in it. That was his sign. Right? There's not going to be two sides to the. There's not going to be two sides to the Jordan River. We're going to conquer Jordan also.
Yeah.
Right? That was his thing. Yeah, he was just a fighter until he became president. As soon as he became the prime minister, then all of a sudden his goal was different. Now he has to make peace, he has to smile. He was a gentleman. It was his big problem. It's a terrible.
He was very good until
he was excellent. He was an amazing person. He was an amazing personality until he got down there in Egypt, and his advisors there drove him crazy. And he agreed to give away the whole Sinai. Gave it all back. He made all this peace accords. He got a Nobel Peace Prize. The guy, he eventually became crazy from it. He had to leave his office because he just became so depressed. And he died a depressed, broken man. Everybody felt bad when he died, but he was, he went down in disgrace.
But everybody
and people are saying, that. Anyway, Shem Yishmor, what are you going to do? The Rebbe told him not to do it. He begged them. He begged them not to do it. And afterwards the Rebbe kept saying that Menachem Begin, because he just talked about giving, making peace, as he regretted it till his dying day, and nobody seems to learn from the lesson. Absolutely nobody benefited. The Arabs didn't benefit, right? They just became murderers and we had to kill them. And the Jews certainly didn't benefit. Nobody benefited at all. Nothing whatsoever. Absolutely zero. Nothing. Exactly the opposite. We lost. And the day after they made the agreements, the Egyptians already moved missiles into El Arish. They already broke the... let's go. Says that what? But that's not what you're not supposed to... The problem is not the person. It says that if the Beis HaMikdash was not built in your days, then it's as though you were the one that destroyed it in your days. You see the Beis HaMikdash is destroyed. You say, "Oh, this is terrible. Who did it? It's the government." This guy says, "You want to know who did it?" Yes, you did it. I destroyed the Beis HaMikdash. Are you nuts? I was sitting in the shul. I was learning Torah. I was doing it. Yeah, but you thought you were better than everybody else, right? I am better than everybody else. That's it. That was the match. That was the match that brought it. That you think you're better than everybody else. You think you're superior. That's it. You did it. It would have been okay if you wouldn't have thought that. You tilted the scales. What? I said, "Wow, I really feel bad." It's not only that. Not only the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed by you. It's being destroyed every day by you because of your attitude toward life. You don't really care if it's destroyed or not. You're happy to blame somebody else. But that makes you happy. Says the Rebbe that no, hine, behold, mizet, from this, atzmo itself, is ere he is in ganzen totally zu traceled, shaken, katit, crushed.
But this is
What
Yiddish.
was...
Yiddish. To traceled means he's shaken up.
Is
Again, hine, behold, mizet, from this, atzmo itself, I'm going back, from the fact that all of a sudden he realizes that the whole reason that we're in Gullus is because of me. It's because of me. It's not because of the other guy. It's all because of me. Exactly the opposite. The other people, they have an excuse. They don't know about Judaism. They don't know about the Rebbe. They don't know about Hasidus. Right? I know about these things, and I care less about the exile. Right? Once in a while, a little bit, I'm trying. So I do something, I feel, I say, stuck in this tongue, pull out a plum. I did, what a good boy am I. I did something, I put the fill on. Feel great. So no, from this itself, the fact that what? That we are in exile, and the whole cause of the exile is me. Is ere he is in God. Of course, everybody should say this to themselves. To say, who's the fault of the exile? Is Rabbi Bolton, but that's it. Is ere he is in Ganzen completely sutraceled, shaken up. Everybody's going to have my picture on their wall with darts. A dart thing.
completely shaken up.
Shaken up. Katit.
Well, it is
This is German almost.
Is
means is, er, he, and ganzen, totally, zutraceled, shaken up, katit. Alright, I'll just say the next line because I don't want it says, I'll just translate this and we'll do it tomorrow. Crushed. The Rebbe's going to say this, I'll just say it in English. And even if you are on the highest level possible in learning Torah and godliness, and even by you personally is the revelation like it was in the time of the Beis HaMikdash, like that, they say that's what it was with Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, that he was actually, he was at the level where he didn't feel the exile. But nevertheless, nevertheless, from this that the whole world does not reveal godliness, this shows that even the revelation that's by you of godliness, the feeling by you, is limited. And that should crush you. As we'll talk about more, God willing, tomorrow.